It's your boy Alex Thomas here, back with another review for you guys. I'm here to review one of my favorite movies of all time, and that's Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Crispin Glover, Lea Thompson, produced by Steven Spielberg, directed by Robert Zemeckis, written by Bob Gale, and scored by Alan Silvestri. That's one of the first thing I want to get into. But like I said, I hope you guys are ready for this review. I will be going into spoilers as well, so if you guys haven't seen Back to the Future, you guys are living under a rock because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. My name is Marty McFly21 on Instagram for a reason, because I absolutely love this flick. Marty McFly is one of my favorite movie characters of all time. So like I said, let's go ahead and get into the review. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, starting off with my first thoughts on Back to the Future, I wanted to get into the score. Alan Silvestri did an amazing job with the score. If you guys don't know who that is, he scored The Avengers, he scored Ready Player One, he scored a lot of flicks that most people don't know that he did. But this is the one thing I first heard him in was this flick. And the score for Back to the Future is fantastic. It really gets you really pumped, really in the mood to watch this flick when you hear it, in the moment when you hear it. Especially like the opening of Back to the Future 2. I love the opening to Back to the Future 2 because of the music and everything. And Alan Silvestri just did an amazing job with the score. Robert Zemeckis directed this film, written by Bob Gale, and they did an amazing job with this flick. This movie is definitely perfect. If I was a film professor, this would be one of the movies I show in my class because this movie is it's just perfect. The directing is amazing and the writing is fantastic. It's very funny. Just every character feel real and feel grounded. All the characters really feel like they fit in this world and they mesh so well together. Robert Zemeckis did an amazing job just directing all these actors and getting them all in this flick. Go ahead and get into the acting. Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd did an amazing job in this flick. They are fantastic. The story behind Michael J. Fox is that Michael J. Fox was supposed to play Marty McFly first, but he couldn't do it at the time because he was filming Family Ties. So they got rid of that at the time, and then they brought in Eric Stokes. I hope I'm saying his name right, but it doesn't matter. But at first, when they was doing the first couple scenes, he wasn't working out because he didn't have the same charisma, the same flair that Michael J. Fox had. So they got rid of him and they brought in Michael J. Fox. But the problem was Michael J. Fox was still filming Family Ties. So what Michael J. Fox was doing, he basically was filming. He was filming Family Ties in the morning, and then at night he was filming the future. So he basically would be getting only a couple hours of sleep, getting up, filming Family Ties. Go at night and film his scenes in Back to the Future. I absolutely love hearing that story because it's just seeing Michael J. Fox go through all that just to get this flick made. It's incredible because he really wanted to do it. He really wanted to do this flick, and it really shows in his performance. He is fantastic in his movie. He has that sense of wonder when he's in the 50s that I don't think anyone else could bring in this role at the time. And he's just fantastic. Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown nails it. He is fantastic in this movie. You feel like he's two different characters in the 80s than he is in the 50s because he had experience and stuff he has in the 80s, and I absolutely love that. He really is like a flip of a dime when he's in the 50s. Hilarious scenes. I love the scene where Marty goes to Doc Brown's house and he opens the door and he has this giant thing on top of his head and he just pulls him in the house. It's hilarious. It's like perfect timing, perfect comedy. Cut there, let's move on, which I love about this flick. I think the time is only like an hour and 50 something minutes for this flick, and it really doesn't feel like it. It really feels like it's like an hour and 30 minutes long because the movie is flying by. Once Marty meets up with Doc at the mall and they get into the DeLorean, it's on and popping, which I love. Get into the other character in this movie, Thomas F. Wilson doesn't get the credit he deserves. He's an amazing as Biff Tannen. I'm kind of upset I haven't seen him in other things because he really is great in this role. But it'll be funny seeing him in other things because all I will see him is as Biff. I really want to hate him in this movie. And that's the point of a good character. If you really hate them, that means they're doing their job well as an actor. Lea Thompson and Crispin Glover are also fantastic in this movie. You can definitely tell he's a weird guy even outside of being an actor. You can definitely tell by the way he plays this role as the father, as George McFly. He's a very strange guy, and you definitely can tell that he's like that in real life. I felt like he brought more of himself into the role than anybody else knows. Lea Thompson, like I said, is amazing as Lorraine. She really feels like she's two different characters in the 80s and then in the 50s as well. You really feel like she's old and tired in the 80s, And then in the 50s, she's so vibrant, so lively, and she's doing things that she said she didn't do in the 80s that she's doing in the 50s. And I just love that as well. Like I said, the story behind Back to the Future is that Marty is friends with a mad scientist named Doc Brown. He invents a time machine out of a DeLorean, and a lot of shenanigans happen in the middle of that, and he takes the car and accidentally gets pushed back to 1955. He bumps into his parents, and basically they don't meet. They don't fall in love. So he basically stops his own existence, and he has to get them back together. And it creates great drama and great comedy, because the scenes where Marty is literally trying to not be involved with his mom, but his mom is so infatuated with him, it's like, wow, that's horrible, and it's crazy, and it's hilarious. It brings out some very funny scenes, like the scene where Lorraine kisses him, and then she realized, oh snap, it's weird. That's like kissing my brother. Of course, because that's your future son. It's hilarious. The whole ending when after the whole sequence where George punches Biff, and he basically he does the heroic thing, and finally Marty finally fixes everything. From when Marty meets up with Doc and the cord falls, and he has to literally drive back to activate the before the lightning strikes. That whole scene, you're basically on the edge of your seat, because the car stops. He literally tries to start it. The clock is ticking. The alarm goes off, and then when it finally goes, it goes. And the music just makes everything so very enjoyable to watch. I can literally watch this. I can literally think about the scene in my head. That's as much as I've seen it. Like I said, overall, I absolutely love this flick. My only critique of this movie is probably the ending. I always wondered about this, even as a kid, because so Marty is a very important person in their lives to bringing them together. They obviously named their son after that guy that they met in the 50s, but they don't recognize that that's the same guy, that's the same person that's in their house. Is that, oh, you're the guy that helped us put us together. Coincidence, your name is Marty, and we met somebody in the past named Marty. That's a little critique. A lot of people have talked about that, and I've always thought about that as a kid. But over time, I done put my hands up and said, it's a movie. I just gotta accept it. The movie is fantastic overall. I have no complaints. Like I said, overall, I absolutely love this flick. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's definitely in my top 5. This movie is damn near perfect. It's damn near perfect. The writing is fantastic. Steven Spielberg produced the hell out of this movie. Robert Zemeckis directed the hell out of this movie, and Bob Gale wrote a masterpiece. He did. I really hope they don't remake it, but they probably will in the future. But it doesn't matter. I got the original 3, and they're fantastic to me. So like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please slap that like button. Please subscribe for more. More Back to the Future reviews will be coming in the near future. I will be reviewing Back to the Future 2 and 3. Hope you guys are ready for that. Also, I will be doing my giveaway for the Jaws 4K digital code in my next Blu-ray update. Hope you guys are ready for that. I got a lot of things to show you guys, which is fantastic. So yeah, hope you guys are ready for that. Please slap that like button. Please subscribe for more. Also, hit the notification bell if you want to stay up to date on my videos. Also, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Which Back to the Future is your favorite? What's your favorite moment in the Back to the Future films? I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm on this one, you guys. Peace.